I'm going to be putting every single team's best player in the ECHL, and we are going to see which superstars can go on and lead their team to a title. I honestly have no idea what the championship in the ECHL is called, but of course we are going to have the best players in the NHL currently playing 2 leagues below their average now in the ECHL. I did this with the AHL, and now it's time to do it with the league below it here in the East Coast Hockey League. So now it's time to go ahead and take a look which teams have which players here in the East Coast Hockey League. Now, before we go ahead, I will say almost all of these are correct besides a few because of the fact that Toronto does not have an ECHL team, neither does Columbus or Arizona. I don't think I took anybody from Arizona or Columbus, but I did put Austin Matthews in the video just because he's one of the better players in the NHL. So starting off, the Thunder are going to have a 93 overall Jack Hughes on their roster. The Americans will have Tim Stützle at an 88. The Gladiators will have Roman Josi, who's a 93. Cincinnati is going to have Artemi Panarin at a 94. Florida Everblades are going to have Matthew Tkachuk also at a 94. Fort Wayne is going to have the best player in the entire world and Connor McDavid at a 97. The Swamp Rabbits will have Austin Matthews at a 95. Idaho is going to have Jason Robertson at a 92. Indy Fuel will have Connor Bedard, who's only an 86 overall at 18 years old. Iowa Heartlanders are going to have Clayton Keller at an 89. The Jacksonville Icemen will have Rasmus Dahlin at a 93. The Wings are going to have Quinn Hughes also at a 93. Kansas City Mavericks, unfortunately, they only got Jarrett McCann, who's an 85 overall. Decent player, but not a top-end superstar talent. The Maine Mariners are going to have David Pastrnak at a 95 overall. The Newfoundland Growlers are going to have Sebastian Aho at a 90. The Admirals will have Kyle Connor at a 91. Orlando will get Nikita Kucherov at a 96. The Rapid City Rush will have Nazem Kadri at an 86 overall. The Reading Royals are going to have Travis Konechny. The Savannah Ghost Pirates will pick up Jack Eichel at a 92. The South Carolina Stingrays will pick up the greatest goal scorer of all time, and Alexander Ovechkin. Only an 87 overall, though. Mo Sider will go on the Walleye. I think that's their team name, and he's an 88 overall. Lions will pick up Cole Caulfield at an 84. The Oilers are going to have Trevor Zegras at an 85. The Utah Grizzlies will pick up the Dog, Nathan McKinnon, at a 96. The Wheeling Nailers will pick up Sid the Kid at a 92. The Wichita Thunder will pick up Logan Couture at an 84. And finally, the Rochester Railers are going to pick up Matthew Barzal, 89 overall. So every single ECHL team has an absolute stud on their roster. Well, most of them. I mean, Jarrett McCann, I wouldn't really classify him as a stud. But regardless, their best player now are going to be much better than they were before, as we are going to go ahead and simulate 5 full seasons. See who goes on, wins the awards. Actually, I don't think there's any awards, but we'll see who goes on and takes home the championship at the end of every single season, which I believe will still be the Stanley Cup, because of the fact that I am in season mode. Now, if you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I post a video. Now, at the end of season number 1, Idaho is going to go ahead and be the best team in the regular season, going 45, 19, and 8, 98 points, followed by the Cyclones, who had 45 wins as well. The Oilers were up there, the Thunder, the Icemen, and the Mariners. Also, the Reading Royals at the bottom. We do have the Wichita Thunder, the Ghost Pirates, and the Indy Fuel. Trevor Zegras is going to go ahead and lead the entire ECHL in scoring. Well, I just found out that literally no NHLers played in the season besides Trevor Zegras, so I'm going to have to go through and make sure every single one of them will play the entire season. So we got a little bit of a restart here. Oh my god, screw my life, man. EA Sports, why do you do this to me? All right, so now that I went through and literally went head coach preferred lines for every single team, all the NHLers now currently playing in the ECHL. So let's go ahead, see who finishes as the best team in the regular season. So at the end of the season, the Cincinnati Cyclones are going to be the best team, winning 49 games, 18 losses, and 5 in overtime. 103 points, followed by the Fort Wayne Comets. Kansas City was up there, the Thunder, the Ghost Pirates, and the Idaho Steelheads, also the Indy Fuel, who were bottom 5 in the other simulation because Bedard did not play for their franchise. Also, I might be stuttering a little bit. I have a nasty ass canker on my tongue, so it is very painful to talk at the moment. Austin Matthews is going to go ahead and dominate, 88 goals and 128 points, followed by McDavid, who had 120, David Pastrnak, 106, Breadman had 104. Kucherov was up there, as well as Quinn Hughes with 99. Also, shout out to Connor Bedard, 54 goals and 97 points. Speaking of goals, Matthews will lead with 88, followed by Jason Robertson, who had 64. Connor McDavid at 62, past the 61. Bedard, 54. McKinnon was up there with an okay season himself. Now, for defensemen, Quinn Hughes will lead in points with 99, followed by Dahlin, who had 94. Brent Seabrook had 86 as a 70 overall. I'm pretty sure this guy is retired in real life. Roman Josi didn't have the greatest season, only 21 goals and 84 points. Mo Seider also at 80. If we take a look at goalies, I mean, I didn't add any goalies into this simulation. So Olaf Lindbaum, most wins with 49. And for the most shutouts, it will also be Lindbaum. As here is our season number 1 playoff tree. I believe we're all still competing for the Stanley Cup. So whoever wins it will most likely get the Stanley Cup celebration. And here in the ECHL finals, we have the Tuzla Oilers up against the Newfoundland Growlers. So let's see who's going to go on and take home the Stanley Cup at the end of season number 1. And the Growlers are going to go on and end up winning the Kelly Cup. That is what it's called. It's called the Kelly Cup, not the Stanley Cup, as they would beat the Oilers in 6 games in the ECHL finals. The Newfoundland Growlers will go on and be the champions at the end of season number 1, led by your mom's a host, Sebastian Aho, finally getting it done. What he couldn't do in Carolina, being sent down to the ECHL, might actually be a blessing. Now he has championship pedigree and also championship experience that he can lead the Carolina Hurricanes finally to their first Stanley Cup, maybe, perhaps, who knows. Congratulations to the Growlers, as they are going to shake the hands of the Tuzla, Arizona. I think it's Tuzla. As here comes Sebastian Aho coming to lift the Kelly Cup for the first time in his career, as the Newfoundland Growlers are going to go all the way in season number 1. Now for the entire playoffs, Sebastian Aho is going to go off. 15 goals, 40 points in only 25 games. Zegras had 36, Matthews 25 and 18 goals. Artemi Panarin was up there with 12 goals and 21 points. And unfortunately, there are no awards for the ECHL. Well, at least they're not in NHL 24. EA Sports was probably too lazy to put it into the game. I'm sure as shit that the ECHL does have awards, but you literally cannot access them in season mode. So we are going to be heading to season number 2 and see who goes on and wins the Kelly Cup. Now, at the end of season number 2, Cincinnati will be the best team, winning 50 games, losing 17 and 5 in overtime, followed by the Savannah Ghost Pirates, the Indy Fuel, the Kansas City Mavericks, and the Lions. At the bottom, we are going to have the Rapid City Rush, the Iowa Heartlanders, and the Atlanta Gladiators. As again, Matthews is going to go off leading in goals with 95 and 72 games and points with 130, followed by Connor McDavid, who had 114. Jason Robertson had 109. Kucherov as well. Quinn Hughes was up there. Bedard had a very good season with 107. Breadman. Jarrett McCann, 50 goals and 102 points. Absolutely wild. Now for goals, other than Matthews, it's going to be Jason Robertson with the most with 66. Kachuk at 59. Breadman 58. Pasternak was up there. Bedard and McDavid as well as Jack Eichel. Now for defensemen, Quinn Hughes will lead with 24 goals and 108 points. Dahlin actually had more goals, but less points with 92. Seabrook had 90. Mo Seider 79. So you mean to tell me that Brent Seabrook at 38 years old, 70 overall, is going to have more points than literally a 23-year-old, 89 overall Moritz Seider? What is going on, EA Sports? Olaf Lindbaum again is going to lead in wins with 50, and for shutouts, it will go to Jack LaFontaine, who had 7 on the season, as well as Mitchell Gibson. And this is our season number 2 playoff bracket. Let's see who goes on and makes the Kelly Cup finals. And now in the Kelly Cup finals, we have the Cyclones, who were the best team in the regular season, up against the Jacksonville Icemen. So let's see who's going to go on and end up winning the Kelly Cup at the end of season number 2. And the Jacksonville Icemen are going to get it done as they go on and dominate Cincinnati in 5 games to capture the Kelly Cup. This team, of course, was led by none other than Rasmus Dahlin of the Buffalo Sabres. He will probably never win anything in Buffalo, so luckily he does get it done here in Jacksonville, which I believe is in Florida, if I'm correct. I don't know, honestly. I feel like Jacksonville, Florida does flow off the mouth very nicely. Pause, no diddy. Yeah, Cincinnati wasn't really much of a challenge, honestly. They dominated them in 5 games, and this celebration for the winners honestly is better than the Stanley Cup celebration that we get here in NHL 24. If they could just flip-flop them and give me a more in-depth, longer conversation. Look at this. They're talking to each other in the handshake lines. You do not see this when you win the Stanley Cup in this game. And here comes Mr. Dahlin coming to lift the Kelly Cup for the first time in his career, as the Jacksonville Icemen are going to go all the way here in season number 2. Rasmus Dahlin is going to lead the playoffs in scoring with 38 points, followed by Artemi Panarin, who had 12 goals and 26 points. Cole Caulfield was up there, and no other NHLers really were noticeable here in the sim. What are we doing here? This guy's last name, Matej Pecker. Esti de Tabernac Pecker. Now, at the end of year number 3, again, Cincinnati is going to dominate the regular season, winning 49 games, followed by the Fort Wayne Comets. The Greenville Swamp Rabbits were up there, Idaho, Norfolk, and Florida as well. At the bottom, we are going to have the Atlanta Gladiators going 26, 39, and 7, only 59 points, followed by Worcester, the Reading Royals, and the Wheeling Nailers. Man, some of these names are absolutely silly, but hey, I'll roll with it. It's the ECHL at the end of the day. So again, Matthews will dominate, 88 goals, leading in there, and points with 129. For some reason, in 24, he absolutely simulates like a god, followed by Artemi Panarin, who had 120, McDavid 111, Pasternak 105, Quinn Hughes had a good season, Kachuk and Dahlin. Now on the goal side, other than Matthews, Pasta will have the most at 61, followed by Kachuk and Breadman, who both had 57 on the season. Kucherov had 55, McDavid 51. And now if we take a look at defensemen, Quinn Hughes dominating again. I mean, it was close. Dahlin only 2 points behind. Mo Seider had 90, Roman Josi 81. And again, Olaf Lindbaum leading in wins with 48. And for shutouts, it will go to Chase Perry and also Matt Murray. Matt Murray is in the ECHL. There is no way having 8 shutouts a season, also 910 save percentage, along with 38 wins, 27 losses, and 6 in overtime. Shout out to Matt Murray, man. 2-time Stanley Cup champion as a starting goaltender. And in the playoffs, this is our year number 3 playoff bracket. Let's see who's going to go on and make the Kelly Cup finals. And now in the Kelly Cup finals, we have the Comets up against the Lions, I believe. Regardless, I think that is Montreal's ECHL affiliate, Cole Caulfield on that team. Now for the Comets, I don't exactly remember, but we are going to be finding out, and we are going to be seeing who goes on and wins the Kelly Cup. And the Lions will go on and win the Kelly Cup, led by one Cole Caulfield, and also Shea Weber is on the team. I guess they must have his contract or something like that, as EA Sports have put Shea Weber in the ECHL. There he is, number 2. He grown out his beard and everything, and so far, so good for Cole Caulfield, not Connor McDavid, as McDavid is going to get shut down here. Well, he didn't really get shut down. His team kind of did, as we are going to lose in, I believe, 5-6 games to the Lions, as again, Connor McDavid cannot get the job done. No Kelly Cup to his hardware trophy case. Instead, Cole Caulfield is going to lead this Montreal or French team to the Kelly Cup finals and win them a Kelly Cup. And there he is, Cole Caulfield, coming to collect the Kelly Cup for the first time in his career, as he has led the Lions all the way in season number 3. Now in the playoffs, McDavid is going to dominate, 15 goals, 32 points, followed by Kadri, who had more goals but less points. Cole Caulfield had 26, Shea Weber had 23, Dahlin 21, Zach Kassian down in the ECHL with 7 goals and 19 points. Now yet again in season number 4, the Cyclones are going to dominate the regular season. I don't know what it is about this team. They've never even made a Kelly Cup Finals. Maybe they did. Actually, they did, but they lost. But in the regular season, season. They are absolutely a juggernaut. Followed by the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, the Fort Wayne Comets, Kansas City was up there, as well as the Rapid City Rush. At the bottom of the ECHL, we have the Wichita Thunder, the Atlanta Gladiators, and the Wheeling Nailers. Austin Matthews is going to end up putting up 108 goals and 148 points. Are you kidding me? 108 goddamn goals in 72 games? Okay, we're going to have to do a video with Matthews because he simulates insanely well in this game for some odd reason. I mean, he's a 95 overall, but he didn't simulate like this in 23. Artemi Panarin had 114, Jack Hughes 109, Aho 106, Pasta was up there, as well as Kucherov and Robertson. On the goal side, it was not even close. Pasternak had 66, Jason Robertson 64, Jack Hughes 58, McKinnon 55, and Bedard, who had 53. Now for defensemen, Dahlin's going to lead with 94 points, also 22 goals. Quinn Hughes at 89, Mo Seider 82, Brent Seabrook at 79, and for goalies, Lindbaum again is going to lead 46 wins, and for shutouts, it will go to Nolan Mayer. Another year, another Kelly Cup playoff run. Let's see who makes the finals and who will compete for the Kelly Cup title. And in the finals, we have the Fort Wayne Comets up against the Orlando Solar Bears. So Connor McDavid gets another shot at a Kelly Cup. So let's see, will McDavid get it done and finally win the big one, or will the Orlando Solar Bears get it done with, I believe, Matthew Tkachuk on their roster? And the Orlando Solar Bears are going to go on and win the Kelly Cup title with not Matthew Tkachuk. Instead, it was Nikita Kucherov. I knew it was one of the Florida teams. I just could not remember if it was Tampa Bay or the Panthers. And yet again, McDavid's going to lose in the Kelly Cup finals for the second straight season, as the Fort Wayne Comets cannot get the job done. Where is his help, man? Get him some competent teammates in Fort Wayne. Nonetheless, Nikita Kucherov, one of the best players in the world today, are going to lead the Orlando Solar Bears to a championship, as they would end up beating Fort Wayne in 5 games in the Kelly Cup finals. Kucherov was a major factor. There he is, shaking the hands. Here comes Kucherov, coming to collect the Kelly Cup for the first time in his career, winning another trophy. He's got 2 Stanley Cups with Tampa Bay and now a Kelly Cup in the ECHL, as the Orlando Solar Bears go all the way in year number 4. Connor McDavid again is going to lead the playoffs in scoring with 31 points, followed by Kucherov with 30. Carroll had 25. McDavid's going to lead the playoffs in scoring with 31 points, followed by Kucherov with 30. Zach Kassian had 24. David Pasternak had 10 goals and 17 points. Kadri had 17, but obviously their teams didn't go that far. And finally, at the end of the 5th and final season, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits are going to finish as the best team in the regular season. Finally, it's not Cincinnati, as they won 47 games, followed by the Ghost Pirates, who won 46. Idaho was up there, Cincinnati, and the Fort Wayne Comets. And at the bottom, we have the Norfolk Admirals and the Worcester Railers. Matthews is going to continue to dominate, 83 goals, leading in that, and points with 130. Followed by Pasta, who had 120. Kucherov 112. Robertson 110. Quinn Hughes had 106. Breadman 101. And Brent Seabrook, who had 99 points as a 70 overall. Absolutely crazy. On the goal side, Pasternak's going to have 75 over a goal per game, followed by Jason Robertson, who had 59. Artemi Panarin, Jack Eichel had 50. Cole Caulfield 48. Now for defensemen, Quinn Hughes had 106. Brent Seabrook had more points than Rasmus Dahlin. Oh my god, EA Sports, what on earth is going on? And for goalies, Ryan Bednard is going to have the most wins at 47, and for shutouts is going to be Robin Lehner, who had 12. I mean, this dude is in the ECHL as an 85 overall. And this is our 5th and final playoff run of the video. And in the Kelly Cup finals, we have the Rapid City Rush up against the Thunder, not the Wichita Thunder. I actually just realized that the ECHL literally has 2 teams with the team name Thunder, so very odd, but also very interesting. Finally, let's see who's going to go on in the 5th and final season and end up taking home the Kelly Cup. And the Thunder are going to go on and take home the Kelly Cup at the end of the season, as we beat the... I honestly don't even remember who we were playing, but regardless, this team was led by Jack Hughes from the New Jersey Devils. Oh, it was the Rapid City Rush. That is right. In 6 games in the finals, we were clearly the better team. I mean, their best player was only Nazem Kadri. and we had like a 93 overall Jack Hughes on our roster, so a little bit unfair, but at the end of the day, the Thunder will go on and win the Kelly Cup. We had 5 different Kelly Cup champions in 5 different seasons. Nobody went back-to-back. The only team to make 2 finals was the Fort Wayne Gremlins, and they literally lost both of them. There is Jack Hughes shaking the hands of the losers, as here he comes to collect the Kelly Cup for the first time in his career, as the Thunder are going to go all the way in the 5th and final season of this video. I mean, it's been a very fun video so far. Shout out to Jack Hughes for getting it done. Now, in the playoffs, again, McDavid's going to dominate. 14 goals, 30 points, followed by Kadri, who had 29. Nikita Kucherov had 25. Jack Hughes was very good, 14 goals, 24 points. Zach Kassian at 21. And that is going to do it for this video, boys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We have gone ahead, put the best players from pretty much every single NHL team into the ECHL. And, well, we didn't have any repeat champions, 5 different winners in 5 different seasons. So I will consider that a success, and Matthew simulated insanely well. He dominated, put up like 108 goals. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.